hey, what's up? My phone is making all type of noises and stuff, y'all. Hey, what's up? What's going on, everybody? So we're going to talk about Black and Crew Chicago. I wasn't going to do it, but then last minute I kind of was like, you know what? I want somebody to talk to about this show. So we'll see how it goes, and if I keep on doing it, maybe. We'll see. Alright, so let's go ahead. It looked like it's about to be lit, y'all. I mean, there was so much going down, even from the little trailers. I was like, it looked like something crazy about to happen in like every episode. So Ryan got his baby mama Rachel back in his life, and now he feels like everything is complete. He just feels like, you know, everything is right now. And I guess that means that he's making time for someone, because remember, that was his big thing. He didn't have time for anyone. I guess you make time. Like, at the end of the day, if somebody tells you they don't have time, they just don't have time for you. You know, that's what it is. And they don't feel like you're enough of a priority to make space for you. You know, because if it's something important, they're going to make time and space for you, or for that thing. And I guess also too, I mean, she is the mother of his child. That's a little perk right there, because he's also able to see his child more often. You know, he doesn't have to fly this way and fly that way to try to see his kid like he was doing before. Charmaine, she's doing bigger and better things. She's now hosting different events. She's also on an Iheart radio show. So she's doing well for herself. And she has a boyfriend, some guy that she was with back in, I think she said high school. She knew from high school, and they ended up hitting it off. And I mean, he seems like a good guy. She said that he's some like type of tech guy, and he makes some coins. And they're living in like a high-rise apartment now down in downtown Chicago. So if I'm thinking of downtown Chicago, kind of like New York City, like, that's money right there. Like, how you be seeing, who has a place downtown? Like how Caesar is living in that high rise, and Sky. It seems like that's downtown, most likely either downtown Harlem or somewhere in Manhattan. And that costs money to live in those types of places. So, you know, she's definitely stepped her game up from somebody who just got their car repoed back a couple months ago in the last season. You know what I mean? So I guess her daddy will kind of be a little bit prouder than he probably was before. So now, who's in a committed relationship? Oh, Phor. He's in a committed relationship with the girl that he had cheated on Kat with back in the last season. So her name is Nicky. She's a stylist, and it just so happens that she has her little shop upstairs from where he's at. So, yeah, they're able to see each other anytime, and he can't really do too much bad while she's right there. I mean, that would just kind of be foolish, you know what I mean? Danielle, she's still with her crazy boyfriend, Terrance, the one who took the freaking ring that he was about to give her and freaking dash it away, like somewhere in a freaking another country. That guy, I can't with him. Like, I just can't. He rubbed me all types of the wrong way in last season. Like, I don't know about him. I just feel like she could do kind of better than him, but I don't know. Maybe that's what she likes. So Kat, she moved to LA, and she's doing bigger and better as well. This girl is like having fun in the sun. She got her little drop tops, you know, and she's doing her thing, man. She's tattooing celebrities. She got her own shop. She got a nice little place. Like, she is good right now. She's doing her own thing. So she pretty much is like, being away from NineMag is probably one of the best things that ever happened to her. But at the end of the day, I don't think she should actually say it like that, just because, like, without them, I don't think she would have gotten the exposure. Like, she probably would have been still doing well, because she's always been a good tattoo artist, but she was able to gain a lot of exposure, a lot of fans by doing this show, and it was through NineMag. Like, if it wasn't for their shop and being in Chicago, getting the whole Black Ink Chicago signing, then you wouldn't have got this far. So I think that people sometimes they get to a certain position and they kind of forget where it is that they came from, you know? Or, I mean, you don't have to do it every single day, but, you know, I do kind of feel like some people just kind of forget, like, how everything got to where it is. Like, yeah, you have an amazing life right now, but how did it start? You know, so, yeah, but she seems to be doing her thing. She just said she kind of left on a whim, and it actually worked out for her. So, you know, kudos to her for following her dreams and getting out of the hood. And, you know, it definitely helped her to get better clientele. Then he says that the city's been crazy. It looked like they've been doing a lot of protests, and supposedly he's been a part of that. And he also says that Ryan, he's been acting real funny style, because he was supposed to take them on this tour. All of a sudden it became the Ryan tour, and Ryan got like posters of himself looking all like it was his album or whatever, you know, looking all sexy, like some nice little chocolate. No, this chocolate, no, some nice little caramel mocha loca. I mean, he looking like a snack, honey. I mean, but we ain't gonna talk about that, right? So yeah, he looking all good and stuff on his little poster. But Dan feels like Ryan was just kind of being greedy, and he keep on talking about, oh, what he's doing for his family. But at the end of the day, he's taking money out of everybody else's pocket and just kind of looking out for himself now. See, the thing about that with Ryan, from what I'm looking at from an outside kind of standpoint, I kind of feel like Ryan feels like he's complete now. Like, before, everything was family with his NineMag crew. It was like, yo, this is y'all my family, this and that, family. You know, but now that he got his real official family together, it's like he kind of feel like he don't need them. And, you know, I feel like he's one of those people, he work hard for the people that's his family. You know, he'll work hard, make sure you got what you need. But now he more so feels like these people is his family. He got to do what he got to do for them. And plus, she probably saying whatever she's saying, you know, kind of like a voice into his ear, saying little things, which I did see when he went rock climbing with old girl, with Rachel. And, yo, he reminded me of myself when I went rock climbing like a few years ago with my friends. I got up. That's when I was like strong, honey. I got up, climbed up there. I looked down, I'm like, oh gosh, I have to come back down. I was mad scared, y'all. I'm like, oh my God. I told them, I was like, I can't come down. They were like, you have to. Like, you have to just push yourself up. I'm like, I'm going to fall. I was like, if I let go of this thing, I'm going to fall and I'm going to die. They're like, no, you're not going to die. They were like, look, you just do it like this. And they try to show me examples. Finally, maybe like 20-30 minutes later, I finally started coming down really slow. My arms were like trembling. It was just a real bad situation. I was like, I don't know if I can do this again, because the way my arms was feeling like jello. But that's how he was doing anyways. So when he was with her, he kind of told her a little bit of the situation. And that's what I was saying. Like, it looks like he just feels like he don't need them anymore because he got his real family. And she was saying that she feels like Van is secretly jealous of him, and you gotta like just do what you gotta do and fire whoever you gotta fire. Like, she putting that bug in his ear. So, you know, when your family kind of tell you something, you kind of really take it into consideration, especially if you really love that person. But I know, you know, if my boo thing or something tells me something that he feels is right, I'm going to definitely take it into consideration, and I might just end up doing that just because I want to, like, do something that I feel is the right thing for us and for our family, you know? So that's kind of the situation that's going down with her. And, yeah, it's causing a rift, y'all. It's causing a rift. Danielle calls Ryan out because he's been like clowning Terrance out on social media and just kind of taking it too far. And she just feel like, what's the point? Like, if you got something to say about him, all you got to do is talk to me about it. And he also said that he can't come to the 4-year anniversary that he's going to be throwing or whatever for them. So she's just like over him. And she straight up called him a pussy to his face. And he was just like, nah, well, you know what, you fight, because who you think you talking to like that? Like, I'm the boss. The boss, okay? Don't be coming around here talking to me like that. What you doing? Out of here. So yeah, just like that, she was fired. Don and Ashley, they have his daughters coming over now. Like, things look really nice for them. Like, it look like they really starting to get the whole family vibe together. She says that she loves his little daughter. I think her name is Kyla or Kalia. She loves her like her own daughter, and she comes over every other weekend. So, I mean, she definitely is one of those people, from what it seems like, that doesn't really harbor things too much, or doesn't really, like, you know, hold on to it. Because some people, they'll never let nothing go, you know. But she seems more willing to be understanding, or willing to compromise. Because we've seen her compromise a whole lot of times. Even when she went crazy, like, hell no, like, you know, fighting and stuff. And we see her, like, get married to bro. Like, what you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, how did we get here? And so, yeah, they seem to be at a much better place. And she did say during that time when they showed the clip of them that she's thinking about quitting her job, her 9 to 5, because she just been real tired, and she just kind of want to do what most reality wives do, you know, just stay home and do nothing. She wants that life. Like, my man's on TV, why I gotta work? You know, she probably be talking to her friends, and they be like, why are you still working? Your man is on TV. Y'all reality stars. You know, they probably be saying little stuff here and there. So she probably thinking about it like, you know what? I'm telling him I ain't working no more. That's it. You know, and she's just like, yo, you got to pick up the slack. He's like, I don't know if you should be doing that right now. Plus, he's like, you know, she kind of got an expensive taste. So, yeah. Ryan, he already got a new receptionist. I think her name was Elenisa or something like that. And when Dan came in, he saw the new receptionist. He like, yo, what is going on? Like, nobody even consulted with me about this. I'm like, is he a partner? Like, dude. Like, I don't know. What's his position in the shop? Do he do tattoos? I can't remember seeing him. Oh yeah, he do tattoos, because I remember he had a booth and stuff like that. Yeah. I had to think about it for a minute there. I'm like, what does he do? Because right now it just kind of seems like he was doing nothing. But yeah. So Danielle, she goes to see Kat all the way out in LA, and luckily Kat was home, and she just kind of did a pop-up supposedly, and she said that Terrance, well, she kind of reveals that she had a miscarriage at one point, and how Terrance was really there for her and helped her to see through it, and, you know, kind of well, she's not really over it. That's, to be honest, that's something that you don't really get over. It's been almost a year for me, and it's been a very traumatizing experience that I relive like on a daily basis. So it's not something that you can easily get over. And she's still kind of going through the motion. And she said that kind of made her feel, when she was pregnant, like she was at a point in her life where things were like really coming together, and like she felt like she was worth something. But right now she just feels like she's not reaching her full potential. Everybody else is I think it's kind of like, you know, she kind of feels like everybody else is soaring and she's kind of stagnant. She doesn't really have a lot to offer. Like Kat, she's doing amazing. You know, she got her own place. She got this, she got that. She has her shop. She's probably sees her on Instagram, all these celebrities. And then Shantae is doing her thing. She got a boyfriend. She got this, she got that. So it's Charmaine is doing well. Like, everybody is doing so well. I just said Charmaine. Was I thinking about something else? I was talking about Charmaine, and now I said Charmaine again. But y'all know what I mean. Like, everybody's like kind of like doing something else and just kind of enjoying life, and she just feels like she's kind of stagnant. So it just kind of allowed her to kind of break down, because she was with somebody that she felt like she was comfortable with and comfortable talking to, and kind of releasing these things that she's probably been holding in for a while. So they have the anniversary party. Charmaine, it's nice that she's able to be around her boyfriend and still be her crazy self. Like, you know, she still had on, she looked a little scantily clad outfit, you know, shaking her bum everywhere. And he looked like he was enjoying it. He didn't have like a problem with it or anything. This crazy chick Ashley, she takes it upon herself to go up to Charmaine's boyfriend and say, oh, you know, it's nice to meet you. I'm happy she got somebody. I hope you can tame her, because she knew that I had a child and I was engaged to my man Don over there, and she decided to F my man. I'm like, she's like, she needed to tell him because Charmaine probably gave him the watered down version, but he gotta know what he's dealing with. And I'm like, girl, like, this was neither the time nor the place for all that. Like, you talking about you changed or you turned a new leaf, and you just, like, that, if Charmaine was somebody else, that could have started a big thing. I know if that was me, you know, you ain't gonna come to my boyfriend and tell him all kind of craziness. Don't do it. Don't. It's neither, like, I would have straight up told her, it's neither the time or the place. Please, don't try to do that fake. We're going to be laughing while we say some little slick shit out your mouth. We're not doing that. You know, I would have had to check her real quick. But Charmaine was cool. You know, she kind of was looking and listening. You know how, like, you see some chick talking to your man, you kind of like, you know, you in your vibe, trying to pretend you're not watching, you're not really listening, but no, you paying attention. You could probably use your supersonic hearing and hear every damn thing the girl is saying. You know what I mean? I know myself, the way I am, I would have sashayed myself right over there, put my hand around his arm or through his arms or something, and we would have both been listening to this nice little conversation, and then I would have interjected when needed. But, you know, Charmaine's a good person sometimes. So, she tells him that he needs to make sure he tames her, because when she drinks, she turns into an animal. And he was like, well, I like her wild. That's what I love about her. And then, you know, it kind of was just like they just kind of laughed it off and, you know, dispersed. But Don, he got super pissed about that. He wasn't feeling that at all, because he's like, you know, I'm just trying to keep the peace. He's like, first of all, she already stressing me out about talking about she trying to quit her job. And now you on this? Like, what are you doing? So he straight went outside, started wilding out. He was kicking the little ornaments that was outside, like screaming at the producers, over here shoving up the camera people, telling them to get out of his face. And I'm like, bro, you doing way too much right now. Like, you seriously have anger issues. I'm surprised he don't beat her, but then again, she kind of crazy too. They would probably be beating each other at the end of the day. But yo, like, if he was with some different chick, I'm sure he would probably beat her down, because his anger is crazy. Dude damn near rode her and her friend over. Like, if her friend was a little bit further over to the side, she would have got knocked down. And the way he just sped off, he, like, literally lost control. I was telling myself, like, the way he's acting right now, like, I wouldn't even want to go in the car with him. Because you could tell that he's going to be, like, speeding home, you know, on some crazy Rough Rider, I'm a freaking crazy man type of driving. Like, he gonna be doing 100, like, you know, going crazy. So, yeah, dude, I don't know. She must like them Rough Riders, because dude is bugged out. He must be real good in sex, nice and wild too. I mean, I'm just thinking about it, like, it's probably, especially that makeup sex, like, they probably be going in, you know, because she kind of crazy and he kind of crazy. We seen her get wild and crazy, so yeah, I could imagine them in the house sometimes when they get into real big arguments. But he seemed more crazy than her. Like, she met her match with him. He could definitely check her real quick. So now then he comes into the party that they have, in the little anniversary party. And he just seemed tight, straight up from the back. Like, when he came with his girl on his shoulder, he just seemed like real funny. Like he was smelling something sour. So he comes in, he's like, you know, he greets everybody. He sees Ryan up top in the balcony area, and he just like, yo, like, he's straight hating, like, why this dude up there, like, he freaking the owner or something? Like, what he doing? Like, dude, he kind of is the owner. I think he can stand up there if he wants to. I mean, I think that's the thing that kind of messed it up, is that the way he kind of pushed it out there was like, yo, we all on the same page, we all on the same level. Then magically one day, overnight, or, you know, over the course of a short time, it's just like, yo, I'm the owner. I'm the one who gets this money. I'm the one who does this, this, and this. Don't talk to me a certain way. It's like, it kind of messes up people's heads, especially when they felt like y'all was all on the same level. That's why, you know, they have a lot of times where you can't fraternize with your with your boss or anything like that, or you know, they have rules like this in play so that stuff like this doesn't actually happen, even though it does happen sometimes. So yeah, Ryan, he decides to do a little speech, you know, with his little girl on his side. He decides to just kind of thank everybody for everything, and he mentions everyone except Van, because he noticed that Van had a little stinky attitude. So he decides to go ahead and shout at everybody that helped him out, but just kind of leave Van out of it. And sorry, y'all, I was a little thirsty. So Van, he notices it, of course, and I think Charmaine was like, yo, what's up with him not shouting out Van? I know they having issues or whatever, but damn. And then he's even more in his feelings, like, oh, word, that's what we doing right now? Alright. But Ryan, I feel like he kind of instigated, because he like was saying little slick shit here and there, like he kept on going and going, and he ends up throwing some dice, well, some little chips over into the table where Van was at, and just like saying little stuff like that would have got anybody upset. Like, all that little extra stuff is unnecessary, especially when they know you're talking about them, you know, like that indirect. I'm one of those people, like, if you want to say something, just, nah, we're not going to do this, like, we're going to, oh, I have to read between the lines, nah, because I know you're talking about me, so let's say what we got to say, because we're grown-ups, you know. So he pretty much does that, and then, like, throws something back at him, and they go off, like, they literally about to fight. And Jose, I think his name is Jose, that Hispanic guy had to like pull him back, like people was like separating them because it was about to go down. I'm like, Dan, ain't you still like on probation or something? Like, ain't your probation officer gonna see all this, and ain't this gonna be a problem? Like, you about to get put back in jail. And there was like some other clips where I see him like opening up the doors and having other fights, and I'm just like, I don't think this stuff is a good idea. Like, maybe you need to chill out from the show for a little while, because I doubt you want to go back to jail. And I don't know if you like free or just kind of free, because if you're not free, like, activities like this can get you put back, you know what I mean? So I don't know, is it worth your freedom at the end of the day? I mean, you probably guess. And it's crazy how, like, this is what I was saying before, like, a lot of these shows tend to break up relationships, like people that have been cool with each other for years. It tends to like just kind of mess those relationships up. Look at Caesar, what's his name? Like, it's crazy how stuff like this be happening. Caesar and Puma. How, like, you know, people could have grown up with somebody, like went through the mud, like, you know, y'all been poor together, y'all rode on a bus together. Now it's time to ride in the limo and everybody getting crazy, you know what I mean? And it's just not right. And this has happened on numerous shows that I've seen. It's been like with families, it's been like with friends, you know, husbands, all that. Reality TV ain't for everybody, though, because them little confessionals too, it be getting to people's hearts. Because I know somebody talk about me crazy in their little confessional. I don't care who asks you a question or what they asked you. You say you don't know, or you say something that's not going to be offensive. You ain't gonna talk about me like a dog. Because we ain't gonna be friends no more. It's gonna be a mother effing problem, okay? But thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to stay fabulous, live free, and soar limitless. Don't forget to comment down below for your chance to be featured in my next video. We're gonna see how this will go, how the views is looking, and we may keep it rocking for the whole entire season, okay? See you in the next one. Laters.